So, I'm finished talking about live text for today. I just kind of wanted to check with everybody. If you, like I said, if you have not registered yet, you can email me and I will send you the videos of about how to register for live text and get going in here. Questions, anybody? Okay, so we're moving away from live text and we're going to go and talk now about the assignment that's under week 2 details. So I'm back on the class website and I'm going to click week 2 details, and we've completed everything from Monday. I'm scrolling down to Wednesday. Okay? We're going to talk about the back to school video assignment in just a minute. First, I want us to talk about Dropbox. Now, I'm telling you this before you start clicking on things. Don't attempt to download Dropbox on this computer, in this room. It might work, it might not. It may pop up and say you don't have administrative privileges. We're not just going to deal with that today. We might deal with it another day, but not today. Okay? In the past, we couldn't download Dropbox here. I'm really wanting you to experience using the Dropbox website. Alright? So, someone asked earlier, and this was a good question. So if I'm working at Starbucks or Panera and I'm on my laptop, can I access live text? Yeah. As long as you have your files that you want to add into live text on that laptop or on a flash drive or stored in Dropbox, then you can access those things. Anywhere you've got an internet connection, you can get to live text. Same thing with Dropbox. That's what I like about it. What if you've got a file and you've worked on it and it's on the hard drive and you're at Panera Bread working on their wireless, you can't access the hard drive. But if you stored that file in Dropbox, then you could. It's like Dropbox is out there in the cloud and it's got your files in it, and you can go pull it out of that cloud and use it and then put it back. Okay? So, raise your hand if you already have a Dropbox account. Great. There's a couple of you already do. You don't need to create one, you already have one. No, you need to be able to sign in. Okay? Which brings up another point. In a minute, you're going to store this information in your username password document. Alright? So you might want to get that open. But the directions for Dropbox, for creating a Dropbox account, are here. Like I said, the screenshots may look a little different, but please don't attempt to download it. I had a couple of people in the last class that attempted to do that, and it was going very slowly. I'm not sure that it would have completed the download, and it just was going to lock things up and slow them down. So don't attempt to download it. I want you to try to download it at home. Okay? But first, let's get you set up. So, you can open a new tab in Firefox, and to open a new tab, there's different ways you can do it. You can go here and add a tab, or you can just click on this little plus sign tab, and it's going to create a new tab. And then it says go to website in the address bar, and just type www.dropbox.com and hit enter on your keyboard. And it should go find Dropbox.com. Now, if you already have an account, you're just going to sign in. Those of you that already have an account. If you don't, then click on the blue icon that says sign up. And you'll put your information in. It's free. You'll put your email, and you'll create a password, and you'll check I agree to the Dropbox terms. You can register in this lab, but I want you to download it at home. So you're going to need to be able to remember how to get to it at home. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to give everybody just a second to get their Dropbox account registered. Don't worry about save file. Just cancel that for now because you don't want to download it. You don't want to try to download it. So once you get logged in, it's going to ask you if you want to download it, and you don't want to download it to this computer. You see the little Dropbox icon in the upper left corner? Just click on that, and that's going to take you to, sort of the main menu. So once you get there, then you've kind of got everything finished. What I want you to do now is go to that username password document, and if you need to create a new row, go to the very last cell on the right-hand side and press tab, and it will create a new row. And then you want to type www.dropbox.com and hit enter, and it makes it a live link. Type in your username, type in your password, because I won't know what those are and I won't be able to help you access that. One of the things that I want you to do for homework is to try to log into Dropbox on your home computer and download Dropbox. Okay? The nice thing about doing that is that you end up with something that might look like this, depending on which kind of computer you're working on. So then under your favorites, instead of just seeing a desktop or documents where you might be saving things, you should, once you download it at home, you'll also see a place for Dropbox. And so when you're working at home, you can go to Dropbox, open the file, save it to your desktop if you want to, or just open it and work on it from there. Also, there are some icons that are important. One says you can get free space, and in order to get free space, you just invite other people to use Dropbox. So you can even create a folder that just says friends, and it doesn't have to have anything in it even. And then you can share that folder with your friends, and you'll get more space. Now, you're going to start out with some space, but you might run out. And if you do, then you may need to delete some old files, or you can add space by inviting other people. One way that you invite other people is to click on this little folder that has a rainbow on it, and that allows you to invite other people to Dropbox. Now, I recommend when you're creating, that you create a folder in Dropbox that's called EdTech. And I also, you probably want to do this, at home. You don't have to do it right now. And also, when you're working with a file and you're going to save it to Dropbox, a good safety thing to kind of do is to always add the date to the file name. So, for example, you could save it as your name, underscore, cover letter, revised, and then put the date it was revised. Then you go a couple of days later, open it at home. You're going to open that file, and then immediately I would resave it to, revised on, 9/24 instead of 9/22. Then you keep your old version and you create a new version. so you don't lose your old version. I used to do this with my dissertation because I didn't want to take a chance of losing the old version. And, you know, if I was working in it and all of a sudden something deleted, I didn't want to lose that. So I always had an old version as a backup. Now, one reason this is important is because next week, we will be, a week from today, we will be doing videos using iPads. I've got the iPad classroom set checked out, reserved for us, and you're going to be making a video with that iPad. Well, we need to be able to get that iPad, that video out of the iPad and into a place for you to store it, so that the next person that comes along and uses that iPad doesn't delete your video and it's gone. So we want to store that video in Dropbox, and I want you to have your Dropbox account set up. Now, most of the time in this classroom, you're going to access Dropbox by going to the actual website, dropbox.com. Okay? That's what we'll do with the iPads next week. So, questions about Dropbox before we move on?
I'm stuck.
Okay?
I don't know if I'm fixing to say this right.
Okay. So you've got Dropbox save, got all the, okay, so go to File. If you're wanting to save your username, password, document, that's what her question is. So go to File, Save As, and you want to save it in your EdTech folder, so you want to make sure you're on the R drive in the EdTech folder. And then you're going to click Save, and it's going, then you will see a little pop-up window that says you are about to replace a file that already exists. Is this what you want to do? And you'll say yes, because you're updating that information. If you said no, it wouldn't save the Dropbox info that you just added. Okay? You don't want to download Dropbox right now, so you can just minus the Dropbox window out. We're finished with Dropbox for today.